Welcome back to some Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling. Shall we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhollow today? And I think I already know what's going to happen because of what I've seen on the title screen. Pretty sure we have Labelle visiting, Label visiting. I keep calling her Labelle. It's because she was called Labelle in New Horizons. And in City Folk, or Let's Go to City. And I also believe we have a campsite visitor today as well. Let's see if Isabel confirms this for us. Hello there everyone, right now in Fawnhollow it's 4:51 PM on Monday, October 5th, 2020. Now for today's announcements. Today we have a visitor staying at the campsite. I hope the entire island joins me in giving our guest a warm welcome. That's all for today, have a fun day out there. So of course we'll check out that stuff. We'll check out our Halloween seasonal events. Get some candy, see what the costume is. Oh, look at our Halloweeny house. I forgot we did that. Something from Fuchsia. So, dear. Okay, I know how this looks, but I promise I'm not trying to get all mushy and anything. I'm sending you pretty plants because I think they look rad and you might think so too. That's it. Stay rad, Fuchsia. Oops, I did not actually take her present. I think it's been a while since we actually spoke with you, Savannah. Look who's here. How have you been? I feel like there was something I've been meaning to tell you. What was it? Oh well, it's gone. Fair enough, Savannah, fair enough. We are going to go see who our visitor for our campsite is today. As I speak like a totally normal person. What I've been up to today, watched some League of Legends, of course, World Championships, as you know the drill going on. Who are you? Are you called like Biff or something? A Tybalt, yeah. Or Tybalt? I don't know how you say his name. Sorry if you got that name. Which is statistically unlikely, probably. Not a large sample size of people watching these videos. Not that it matters. I mean, I'm going to play Animal Crossing anyway, so might as well record it. I don't know what on earth I was doing with my voice there. Anyway, what do you think about Fuchsia? I'm so bored. Sorry. If I'd known you were that, I wouldn't have yelled. It's just nothing happening. Wish you had an arcade or something on this island. Oh wait, we don't need an arcade to play games. You up for a little treasure hunt, dear? Sure, let's do it. That's what I like to hear. Glad I'm not the only one bored around here. Give me a minute, I'll go bury the treasure, then we can kick this thing off. I can't remember what on earth I gave it the sisterly voices. Have we done one of these before? Do you need to hear how it goes? Nah, let's go. Great. Now what are we waiting for? Tell me what you're waiting for. What have I been up to today? I've been watching a bit of League of Legends, whatchamacallit? World Championships, you know, that's going on. Pretty interesting. North America got their first win today. Congrats to North America. What else? Did a reason amount of drawing. You know what I still need to do? I still need to start the drawing from the Spiritfarer thumbnail art, which I said I was going to do a time lapse for. Haven't done that yet. I've been too lazy. And I've also just had a thought because normally I do my sketches and line art like at night time, but that's when I have flux on. Which, if you don't know, it's like I think for a computer screen, which like redshifts your screen when it gets later because you know like blue light keeps you awake or something like that. So it redshifts your screen to make sure you don't have... to make it easier for you to sleep if you use your screen before you go to bed, which you probably shouldn't do, but I do anyway, so... That's on me. Not really of your concern, I suppose, but still. I don't think there's even any space up here for... No, it doesn't look like it. Yeah, so I don't actually know if I record it with flux on, does that redshift also appear? Oh, there's weeds up there. Actually, weeds are kind of alright. I guess we can leave them there. But we haven't seen anything buried yet, so this is a bit of a concern. If we're going to be able to even find your present, Fuchsia. We're just cleaning there. A big empty space. We've got no more ramp, of course. Is this it? There we go. A lot easier to find things, huh? When there's not so many like flowers to hide behind and all that. But we actually need to destroy that rock. I don't know where we're going to put the rock garden, to be honest. Maybe in the top right or something. Haven't really thought that far. But yeah, I didn't really think about that. The Spiritfarer's... Sorry, if I record at nighttime, it's going to have that redshift on, so I have to record it not at nighttime. Or maybe I can colour shift it, so it, like, anti-colour shift it? Put another filter on top to undo the redness? An elegant dress. I actually don't know how flux works. Is it just a filter such that it like doesn't display blue light, or is it that it shifts all the visible colour spectrum into the spectrum without blue? I'm not sure. A formal outfit. Super nice clothes you wear to a fancy restaurant. Can I just wear this elegant dress? A sailor style shirt. What? Like literally a sailor shirt, or a sailor style shirt is an ickle bit different, isn't it? Let's revert this outfit. We'll fulfill your request. I also checked we have like 15 tailor tickets because I keep forgetting to use them. What's a sailor style shirt? Is that formal? I feel like this is more formal. Let's just do this. Do you think she'll be happy with this? Or do you think she'll give us another opportunity? Amazing. I've never seen an outfit so perfectly coordinated. Each individual piece of clothing builds on the formal theme I was looking for. Really? And it all comes together in a fantastic fashion perfection. Your taste is impeccable. I'm so impressed. Thank you for putting it together to me. Oh, and here, take this as well. We must be nearly out of her designer outfits now. Labelle hat. That's not a new creation. You've made a labelle hat before and given it to me. Well, that was pretty easy. Apparently what we wear right now is very formal in the first place. So, good job us. Unless it's a different hat, let's see. Oh, it is a different hat. It's, one of those big floppy hats, whatever they're called. Let's get back in our dream sheep outfit. Utterly horrifying. Let's get on with it, shall we? What was I going to say? We should get the tailor tickets from our storage because we running out of storage space very rapidly. To be honest, with all these new things we're buying. What was I actually can't remember. Okay, what was that about? We don't need that. I actually legitimately forgot what I was talking about. Yeah, seemingly we have 13 tailor tickets. So many. What are we going to do with all of them? I don't know. We'll just use them at Able Sisters now to buy Halloween outfits, I suppose. Yeah, so... Still need to do that Spiritfarer thumbnail art. Nearly ruined that for you, Sylvana. I'm very sorry. I've done the Opus Magnum one. And I actually recorded with... Oh. That's my phone. Don't mind me. Oh, I've got a text message apparently on my phone. Let me see if it's important. Nah, not really. Close it. Oh, God. Are those scarecrow shoes? I'm just trying to see what the Halloween outfit is. There's nothing on display, which is surprising. I forgot about that. It's okay, it doesn't actually annoy me that much. So yeah, Opus Magnum I recorded about ages ago. So I just only do it at Spiritfarer. There's actually something I was going to talk about in this episode. I actually can't remember what it was though. What on earth is this? A colourful skirt. A wizard's robe? Is this a Halloween one? This is 4,000. I can't even use a ticket on that. Why is this so expensive? Sure. Let's just buy stuff which we can use the tickets for, which we probably haven't got. I'm trying to think what we haven't got. We definitely haven't got this before because I haven't seen it before. And, jeez. Sure, this is very retro inspired jacket. I got another text. Is it the same thing? Oh no, something different. GP appointment, don't worry about that. Let's get another blood test. So what did I do today? I had another phone call GP appointment. I won't tell you what it's about because that's kind of my personal life, but wasn't particularly... Well, it went as expected, I should say. It wasn't like, oh no, something's horribly wrong with me. It was like, alright, sounds good. What are we doing over here? Oh yes, we're making the spectrum. The Rainbow Road. Let's move his brushes out of the way. I'm not sure where we'll put them. Can we put them on sand? That'd be very helpful. We could just... Wait, can we drop them on the floor? No, we can't. How could you, game? Can you believe it, Sylvana? Absolutely outrageous. No, but it was something I was meant to talk about. What was I going to talk? Oh, you know, for some gaming news. Cyberpunk 2077 it's gone golden. If you don't know what that means in gaming terms, it basically means, I think, like, the final product has been made, like it's finished, basically. And I'm actually not sure where the phrase comes from. I think it comes from, I feel like I looked this up before. I'm almost certain I did. And it's something like the final version of a published record would be put onto like a golden record or something. So if like a soundtrack, not soundtrack, if a music song thing, what's the word for that? Can we just plant all of these like together like this? This is going to be really annoying to sort out again, because I'm not planting like or like. Okay. Try planting like or like, huh? Oh, I need to need to remember to water the pumpkins as well, lest I forget. Yeah, so Cyberpunk 2077 or 2077, it's gone golden. The final mastered version has been made. What do you mean there's no space? You can't plot them in groups of squares? You can. Oh, I don't mean to plant it there, but so that's pretty cool. If you somehow don't know what Cyberpunk 2077 is, I don't know what you've been doing. You've been sleeping on the gaming news. It's a very, very hyped upcoming game. AAA title. I don't really know all that much about it because I've been purposely avoiding spoilers on it or anything. I just like don't look up this sort of thing. I would say I passively avoid spoilers. Like, if I don't need to find out a spoiler about something, I won't. You know? I mean, of course, you never really need to find out a spoiler about something, but like, I don't go out looking for information about those sort of things. And if it's a game I end up playing, then I will go in with little information. But saying that, I don't actually mind being spoiled. Unlike any media properties, to be honest. Now you might think, what? That sort of goes against the whole premise of it, isn't it? You'll get, if you get spoiled and something like that, you'll miss out on the opportunities you get from surprises, from like twists and turns or character developments inside the genre or the media property. I'm like, you're right, but well, yes, but no. I feel like you can still garner quite a lot of enjoyment from trying to figure out how situations like that even come about, I suppose. We need to actually get rid of this waterfall before I forget. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to fill this up. I'm trying to think of an example. No, that's not a good example. But I think there's a lot of joy in theorizing ways of how it even got to that point. So you like, say you found out a spoiler, be like, oh, this character dies because, or like, this character dies. You're like, what? How? They're so strong. Like, who could have possibly taken them down? And you start theorizing, you're like, Can we build a cliff on top of this? Oh my god. Okay, we should figure out how far along we're going, see how far out we need to extend the waterfall. We're going halfway down this... Oh god, it's really hard to tell. It'd be easier to tell the pumpkin patch, probably. So let's go over there and try and figure out... Try and draw out where this halfway line is. So let's see. I'll go back to that spoiler conversation in a bit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's quite a lot, extending it outwards. We don't need to extend it out the entire way, do we? The river can stay back a bit, I suppose. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the halfway point is directly beneath there. Okay. I'm just trying to work this out in my head. Hold on. So that's equal to that. So that's 1, 2. I think what we should do is we should have it as a diagonal part, like this. So when it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's the final cliff. Okay. And what we're going to do with this part is because I don't want the cliff to come out so far on the river. But I think it would be cool if it was like a... Oh, we can have an actual rainbow because it can actually curve like this, right? We'll have an actual diagonal part here to open up into a really wide river. Or something like that. I didn't mean to do it like that. Because that will save us having to do lots and lots of cliff building. And also, I think it will probably look better than extending the entire cliff outwards. Which, if my only concern of extending the entire cliff outwards all the way is it's going to feel really like crowded behind our house. You get me? Because it'd be like suffocatingly close to everything. So let's extend things out this far, and I think that will suffice. Because this does the double tutu, giving Biscuit's house enough space to work with. And we can have a rainbow trail going sort of across the front, the top part. We do maybe have to move Biscuit's house or Savannah's house again. I'm unsure. But yeah, spoilers. Yeah, I think there's a certain joy you can find in trying to figure out how a spoiler comes to be, you know? Like, you know, I just did think of an example. It's going to be, sorry, it's about a book series, a popular kids to teen book series called Skullduggery Pleasant. And I'm going to spoil, gosh, I don't even know which book it is. The 6th book? Mortal Coil, maybe? Maybe one after that, I can't remember. So if you haven't read that, stop listening, maybe. Do we want like a bit more texture to our cliff? And what I mean by texture is a bit more like a wiggly pattern rather than just a straight line, because a straight line is very artificial. I'm not sure. Let's start with a straight line and then we can figure it out from there. What we're going to do with it exactly. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so Skullduggery Pleasant, it was a book series I read. And I really liked. And then one day one of my friends was like, hey, can I tell you like a massive spoiler to the series? And I was like, yeah, because I didn't really see myself reading the future books anytime soon. Not because they were bad or anything, it's just like, I don't know, I guess I didn't have time for it or something. Or I didn't find it in my library. And I was like, yeah, you can spoil it for me. I don't really mind. He told me the spoiler. And which was a very, very monumental spoiler, I suppose, for the main character. And I was like, what? How does this even happen? And then, on being told a spoiler, you can start being like, what? How does this even happen? You start coming up with your own theories, you know, of how it happens. So then, when the time comes to it, when you actually reach that part of the book, it's not really, you can get spoiled. You're not, it's like you know the outcome, but you don't know the process of getting there, right? So it's not actually as big a spoiler as you thought. That's my logic, anyway, at least. There's probably a better one. Like the first one I thought of was a Pitch Perfect movie for some reason. I don't know why that was the first one I thought of. Oh, there's some weird warping. I've never noticed that before. I'm not quite sure how we want to do this. So how do you want to do this? Maybe we do want to extend the river out a bit. I don't know. What do you think, Silvana? Because if we have a rainbow trail, it can go like this, and then it can go upwards like this, and then be like a rainbow, and then come down. It would be like a legitimate rainbow. Let me think. It would be 27 steps. I'll be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27-ish. So if we start it here and it goes all the way over like this, is that okay? Am I happy with that? I think I am. I think I am. Yeah, I think I am. That could be quite nice. I didn't mean to do that. It could be a very pretty rainbow, I suppose. I do want to change this river layout a little bit. It is a little bit unnatural. So yeah, I don't know. There's lots of spoilers, like, you know, there's always the famous ones, like, the Star Wars spoiler, which, I don't know, if somehow you don't know what it is, I'm gonna try and not say it for you. But if you somehow gone, well, okay, you could be pretty young, now I think about it, but if you're not pretty young, if you're, like, over the age of 18 or whatever, and you don't know what Star Wars spoiler I'm talking about, how? Legitimately, how? How have you never heard of it? Like, let me think when I watched Star Wars. I watched Star Wars because, Star Wars... No. Oh well. Star Wars 7. Like, well, what's it called? Like A New Hope? No, it's not A New Hope. That's one of the original ones. So I'm not a big Star Wars, like, aficionado, so I don't really remember. Whatever the new trilogy, the first one came out, and my friends wanted to watch it, obviously. Because they some of them like Star Wars. I was like, alright, sure, I'll watch it as well. So I was like, you know, as much as it's, because I suppose there's an ongoing joke that basically I haven't seen tons and tons of big movie releases. Like, I've seen so little of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, things like that, and big titles from history, and I was like, you know, it's pretty funny that I haven't, as funny as it is that I haven't seen any of these things, maybe I should, like, watch Star Wars 4, 5, and 6, or have at least a vague idea of what's going on. So I watched, the night before, I watched Star Wars 4, 5, and 6. So the original trilogy, not the prequels. And by the way, I can't remember, like, any of it. I remember so little of it. What was my point? I don't remember what my point was. Oh yeah, but of course the big spoiler happens in, I don't even remember which movie it happens in. But you know, I'm about to spoil it for you if you don't know it, so. Luke. No, I am your father. No. That one, obviously. I mean, even knowing, even though I'm kind of contradicting myself because I say I can't remember, like, any of the movie. Even knowing that's the outcome, you still, like, appreciate it as it builds up towards it, I suppose. All the situations. You know, there's sort of like a dramatic irony, I suppose, in it. Where you're like, ooh, Luke doesn't know. Oh, luckily it was a colourful shovel in here. And you'd be like, wow, is that really true? Are there signs? And you can sort of see them. Well, maybe I can't, but theoretically you could. See the signs as it led up to it and all that stuff. And then when it comes to a big reveal, like, wow. I'm trying to think of a good example where I was spoiled on something before I watched it, but I came to the wrong, like, conclusions about it, or I imagined it wrong. So when I came to it in that part of the movie, the book, or whatever, I was like, oh, wow. That wasn't quite how I expected it to go down. I can't really remember, though. It's very difficult to just think of, hey, what's something that you've been spoiled on in the past? I'm like, I don't know. It's like a, should I know? Maybe? You know, it's probably video games. Oh, you know what? Undertale was actually one I was kind of spoiled on. Like, I'm trying to think how I'm going to phrase this without it being super spoilerish. Okay, in Undertale there's a character whose existence you don't really know about, I suppose, until towards the end. If you played Undertale and want to know what character I'm talking about, how about the character you give a hug towards? You give a hug to at the end. Yeah, it's a character you don't know about, but I knew of their existence because I can't remember how I knew of their existence. I think it's because I just, you know, Undertale was so popular at that time. I didn't play it when it came out. I played it like a few months or whatever afterwards. And of course, a lot of people are like, shh, keep it hush hush, you know, don't spoil it for new people. Oh, you had to play this game. And they're like, oh, what's it about? Oh, I can't tell you. Because, you know, it'd spoil it. But you still see like people upload like media, like art, music, videos and stuff about it. And, you know, me being a curious person who, instead of actually watching movies and stuff, I just read like their summary on Wikipedia. I click on it and I'm like, wow, oh, who's this character? And then like it was about a video, so I sort of understood the gist of it, and like we had a monologue, like, so I basically understood the gist of that character. But then it's sort of like I know the endpoint, but I don't know the context. I'm like, I don't know who this character is. I know they're important in the story. I know parts of their story, but I don't know like what everyone else thinks of them. I don't know how we get to this point. I don't know why they do what they do, shall we say. And it's all just like, whoa. And I come up with my own ideas as I do. Oh, we should water these pumpkins. I came up with my own like theories and stuff, and then they all got subverted as I came to it. Because I think it's like you prime yourself. You're like, oh, I'm expecting this to happen because of this character, or whatever. Because you subconsciously came up with your own ideas and theories. And then when things don't necessarily happen that way, or something different happens, like a mini spoiler happened before the mega spoiler, you're like, whoa, what? That's crazy, you know? Maybe it's just me. I find it crazy. So yeah, I actually knew a reasonable amount about Undertale. Like I also knew about the fact that you didn't have to kill everyone. Which, to be honest, I probably would have played like that anyway, even if I didn't know that was a for sure mechanic, because they teach you it quite early on. And I'm like, I'm the sort of person who sees, when I see a mechanic I like in a game, I'm like, alright, this is like the only mechanic I'm going to interface with now for the rest of the game. So like Cuphead, I was like, oh, I like Capichu, so I don't like using other weapons and don't like run and gun, that sort of thing, so I didn't get upgrades, that sort of thing. So I just played a game without upgrades. Well, actually I played it with Smoke Dash. I won't completely lie. And it's like, wow, isn't that interesting? When it came to the big spoiler. Oh, well, there's actually quite a lot of spoilers in Untitled, to be honest. But it's like, when you get to that point, you know? I'm just saying, it's most of it is about the journey rather than the destination. Oh, that's not sell that. Oh, we can sell it. We can just make it again. Doesn't really matter. What's this? Leopard miniskirt? We don't need this. It'll be capture logged. Sorry, not captured or catalogued. Capture logged is a Homestuck reference. I wonder if I spoiled myself on Homestuck. Anyway, I don't know. Spoilers, they're a big deal, but also simultaneously, they're not the end of the world, in my opinion. If you get spoiled on something, 2 days ago is a song we have not got. Because I think quite important is the process of getting there. You know, I will say if a media property like entirely hinges on just the spoiler, I suppose is a big turning point. Like, I don't know what's a good one. Isn't Shutter Island a good one? Or like you know, like M. Night Shyamalan movies, that sort of thing, where like the spoiler is a really, really pivotal part of a movie, not like a plot twist, I should say. Then I get it. Then finding out the spoiler beforehand does cheapen the experience. But I think for a lot of cases, there's very few cases where, you know, hot take, I would say a good story, even if you get spoiled on the plot twist or the outcome, will still be entertaining to watch despite knowing what happens, and still can throw surprises your way. That's my hot take right there. Is it true? I'm just here in defense of... No, not in defense of spoilers. If someone's like, hey, don't spoil this for me, and also never ever randomly spoil something for someone. But if you get accidentally spoiled, I mean, then don't be like, oh, this is terrible. This is the end of the world. Apparently my green Joy-Con's now got terrible Joy-Con drift. Just be like, hey, you know, I can still appreciate the process and the story getting there. What should be our greeting? Salutations. No, 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 no. Salutation. Good enough. I think I've already done salutations as a greeting. Our own secret salutation is the word salutation. Apparently it's been half an hour. I don't know how that's happened. So I guess this spoiler-rich episode. Actually, I didn't really say all about spoilers. I just kind of talked about spoilers. should be wrapped up here. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. This has been Animal Crossing New Horizons, and I've been Dear Darling. Any likes, comments, and subscriptions are greatly appreciated. And if you want, join the Dear Darling Discord down in the description below. I hope we can see each other again, but for now, it's all farewell. So until next time, spoilers. I'm playing Animal Crossing tomorrow as well. Bye bye for now.